bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
North Alabama is full of adventure. If you love food, we've got it. If you love festivals, we've got them. If you love the outdoors, we've got plenty of places to explore. Whatever you love, we're sure to have something for you. For all things North Alabama, check out northalabama.org.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated, chili lime glory, and you can snap up 2 of them for $6, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get 2 legendary pork chop grillers for just $6, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
With a house surrounded by pine trees planted in 1961, April and I knew it was time to do something about it. So we called James Paul. With over 25 years in the business, James Paul Tree Service offers their knowledge and experience, along with honesty and dependability, which gives you peace of mind when it comes to tree removal, tree cleanup, and clearing. Give James Paul a call at 256-777-0711.
Before they fall, give James Paul a call.
Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on The Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi folks, this is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is The Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to The Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
welcome to another edition of The Mark White Show. I'm glad that you can be with us today. I'm glad to have this guest on the line with me again. Now, today we get to talk about a book that she has put out. It's a very special book. I know she's excited about it. It had some great reviews, and she shared that with me. I asked her if she wanted to come on the show, and right now I do have Abbie Maberry on the line with me. Welcome back to the Mark White Show, Abbie.
Thank you, Mark. It is always great to get to talk to you and catch up with you. I'm so excited to be here and so excited about the book that just got released. It's called More Than All the Stars That Glow. And we are super excited about what we're seeing how much people love it. And we're hoping that we're able to do some really good things with it for Lightwork 316 Incorporated and get some more help for our families that we love so much.
So give people a background. Maybe some new folks are listening to you today. They haven't heard about the organization that you've started.
So Lightwork 316 Incorporated is a 501c3 based here out of South Central Texas. And our purpose and focus is to assist families that are going through major medical diagnosis. And we hope to help them financially with, bills and things like that kind of pile up when you have a loved one that's ill or a child that's ill. But we also try to focus on giving them the opportunity to make some good memories. So we try to offer movie tickets and tickets to different attractions around here. We try to do some pretty major events that we invite all of our families to. We actually just had this last week, we had a Santa Day where we have one of the really famous Santa's helpers around here gets to come in, and we do all of the Christmas pictures for all of our families. They've got pictures with Santa. They get gifts from Santa directly. They get to spend a little time with Santa. And that way our kids or our families that are immune compromised, they don't have to go into the mall or try to do anything like that. We're able to kind of put all that together for them and get them excited about the Christmas season coming on. We have a lot of help with our volunteers and our board members that we all get together and we plan for that. And then we're already planning our winter fundraiser with one of our big drive-ins around here, our movie drive-ins, Stars and Stripes. They're fantastic and they're always so helpful. And we're going to be showing the movie Elf, and we'll have a small vendor fair, and we'll have hot chocolate and cookies that we get provided by some of the local businesses and bakers that we have around here. And then last year we had a huge snowball fight at the same time that the snowball fight is going on the big screen. So we're hoping to be able to accomplish that again this year. And that event is actually in honor of Isaac Juarez. So that's kind of our nod to him each year to remember all of the good that Isaac started.
And Abbie, when you first started talking about this book, you talked about the opportunity for it to help Lightwork 316. How would you like to see this book, More Than All the Stars That Glow, benefit Lightwork 316?
So a portion of the proceeds from each book sold is going directly back to Lightwork 316. So we hope that we're able to sell, just as many copies as we can possibly imagine in our minds. And that money is going to go back to help our families directly. So each time someone orders a book, each time someone shares the book, we really feel like that's going to be such a blessing to our Lightwork families.
And obviously through your work with Moms of New Braunfels and then Lightwork 316 and all the other young people that you have tried to help, you've gained some experience, knowledge that otherwise you wouldn't have had. Did that go into the making of this book in your writing?
Well, the book actually came to me. I've always written things for our kids or for organizations that we were involved in, 4-H and things like that. Each Christmas time, I've written little poems for like our kids in our club or for the county at banquet time that we give little presents out. They'll always have a little poem attached. I've written bedtime stories for our kids. But last year, I'd never written anything that I felt like was a book. But last year, one of our kids wanted me to see a picture of a baby starfish that was actually in a tank at when he was in treatment. And so I was looking at this baby starfish in this picture, and I was like, this is just the coolest thing. I've never actually thought of a baby starfish. Like, you don't think about the fact that they would start out real tiny like that, And I was walking through my house and I was thinking how cool it is that, that God set stars in the sky and put stars in the water as well. And I really had to just grab a pen and start writing because the words came so quickly. And it's actually a long poem. So the cadence of the book is very soothing. We're hearing a lot of people say that it's been great for their kids at bedtime that are having trouble falling asleep. Amazon actually has it in a children's with sleep issues category. Right now it's sitting at number 4 in the bestseller list in that category. And so as I had these words come to me so quickly, I could almost just write just as fast as they were coming. I could also actually in my mind see pages in a book turning. And it was so very clear to me that this was supposed to be a book. That's the way that it was, just kind of, I told everybody, kind of gifted to me really as a book. And so in the last year, I've learned a lot of new skills. Publishing a book was not one of them. we went through and we talked to some publishers who were all interested in it, but the timelines of the possibility of getting it released as fast as we wanted it released just weren't there. One of my best friends and actually another board member for Lightwork, very, very talented artist. She always has been. I asked her if she would consider illustrating it, and she agreed, and her teenage daughter actually kind of conglomerated together and they illustrated the book. So the way it came together, once we finally got all the details laid out and everything, was just really awesome because it just was able to happen so organically. And we published through a self-publishing company called KDP, which is Amazon's company. And so the book is available on Amazon. It is available on Prime, and there's also a Kindle version of it. So I would say that I didn't necessarily know what I was doing, but I feel like I've learned a whole lot. And we are actually in the midst of illustrating book 2 now, too. So we're super excited about the prospects of what this could bring for Lightwork.
In addition to someone saying the story was uplifting, they also addressed the beautiful illustrations. Several people complimented the illustrations, so I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's a big part of the book. As children who hold this book in their hands, I know that a lot of times the illustrations can captivate a child, and then you put the words with it, and it makes the story.
It does. It really does. And Lisa was fantastic about, I told her, kind of what I'd seen in my brain. If I could just draw as well as I could imagine, we'd be in good shape. But she was just fantastic about putting on paper, what I felt like what we had seen. And then she was able to add some of her own touches to it. There's a page in the book that she titled it Sisters, as a matter of fact. And it's a picture of a child in the hospital and a child in her bed at home. And it's very clear that they're wishing on the same star. And so that is, kind of a beautiful nod to our kids in Lightwork, the ones that we know that we've already had. We have had several siblings that have faced that situation, and we know that we'll have even more. She's also been, with Lightwork since the very beginning. And so she has loved all of our kids just as much as I have. So she was really able to kind of put a loving touch. Will is in the book. Isaac and Abbie are both in the book as well, playing in the water and on the beach. And so those were all things that, I think came about because her heart is kind of in the same place that our heart is, that my heart is and our family's heart is. And just, loving the kids that we've known and knowing that we will love the kids that are to come.
Right now, we're talking to Abbie Maberry. She's founder of Lightwork 316 and now self-published author of More Than All the Stars That Glow. And if you'll stick with us, Abbie, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll share a little bit more about the book and how people can connect and how they can get the book, okay?
Perfect.
All right, folks, right now we're talking to Abbie Maberry. I hope you'll stick with us. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White.
A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated, chili lime glory, and you can snap up 2 of them for $6, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get 2 legendary pork chop grillers for just $6, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
North Alabama is full of adventure. If you love food, we've got it. If you love festivals, we've got them. If you love the outdoors, we've got plenty of places to explore. Whatever you love, we're sure to have something for you. For all things North Alabama, check out northalabama.org.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
With over 25 years in the business, James Paul Tree Service offers their knowledge and experience, along with honesty and dependability, which gives you peace of mind when it comes to tree removal, tree cleanup, and clearing. Give James Paul a call at 256-777-0711.
Before they fall, give James Paul a call.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Hi, I'm Crystal Gale, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. And one smile can make a difference. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Someone loves you, I do.
He drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. 'Cause there's a blue-eyed kid on second base, wants dad to watch him play.
Welcome back to the Mark White Show. I'm glad to have this guest on the line with me to talk about her new book. She is self-published. It's called More Than All the Stars That Glow. It's Abbie Maberry. You know her from Lightwork 316 and the many efforts that we've covered through the Mark White Show. I'm glad to have you back on the line, Abbie.
Thank you so much, Mark.
I know that this means something very special to you to be able to hold something tangible in your hand like this. And I know you said that you were a writer but had never come up with something that you thought was book worthy, and now here you are. You can actually look at this, and this is some work that you've done.
It's been so exciting. You know, of course, even being sure that you felt like it was supposed to be a book, you know, I was so sure of that for the last year. And everybody that we shared it with kind of to get opinions, you know, we always heard positive opinions. But of course, you know, you always second guess yourself, even if you're sure that it was kind of almost like a nod from God to do this. And so I've just been so humbled and blessed by the amount of good reviews we've gotten. There's a lot of reviews on Amazon from people that we don't know. They've picked up the book from, you know, word of mouth or had friends that have posted it. And just seeing that there's so many people that are saying this book touched their heart and that kids are saying it's their new favorite. And it's just been amazing. It's been such a blessing.
Were you thinking about a particular age group when you were writing this, Abbie?
I really wasn't, just because the words came so fast. I kind of immediately, when I got done, I called our oldest daughter, who was about 19 at the time, and I read it to her, and she said, "Where did you find that? It's so great." And I said, "I wrote it." And she was like, "No way, that's awesome." So she loved it right away. You know, our youngest daughter, Tegan, she loved it right away. I think we haven't really heard of anybody saying that it was too young for their kids or too old for their kids. We actually have a couple of people who have said that they're buying it for all their grandkids for Christmas, and that's their ages from 20 to like 3 months. So, it definitely, I think, is geared probably more towards a bedtime story for, little ones to maybe 8-10 years old. But I think it's definitely also a reminder of how much we're loved for any age.
And that's about the age range of my daughter, Cora. She'll be 8 in December. And so this sounds like it might fit for her age as her mom reads to her every night. And this could be one of those stories that she reads to her.
Yes, I think it would be perfect for her. We will have to get you one sent, definitely, to Miss Cora for sure.
Well, and you mentioned Tegan, and we're always glad to have her as part of the show, and she has Wiggles World, and you can share a little bit about that if you'd like to. I want to continue to encourage people to be a part of her effort.
Yes, so Tegan is our 12-year-old, and our oldest daughter, Taylor, we used to bottle feed calves because my husband, her daddy, hauls cattle for a living, and so that was something that we were able to get into when she was very young. So Tegan was kind of born into this world where we bottle fed and we took in animals that might not necessarily have another place to go. And she has really kind of grown that to, I think, as we got better with bottle feeding, we started getting asked to take animals that were a little bit more special needs. And Tegan really kind of took that and took off with it and has really started adopting some animals that probably would not ever have a chance to stay here on this earth without her help. So she has started Wiggles World. That was something she wanted to do for her 11th birthday. And that has allowed us to branch out to, we bottle feed lambs and goats. And right now, actually, we have a bottle fed kitten. We have all kinds of special needs animals now. And she takes those animals to nursing homes and the special needs classrooms. She does ag fairs and gives presentations through the 4-H program here around us, and it's just been a really cool thing to be able to see her kind of grow in what she loves to do as well.
I just think that's great, Abbie, and I appreciate the fact that you decided to put your thoughts down onto paper and now have a published book, More Than All the Stars That Glow. And I know that it's going to be an exciting time as you continue to get reviews, and I hope that my listeners will go and pick up the book. Tell again how they can do that.
They can go onto Amazon and just search More Than All the Stars That Glow. It'll pull up. The cover image actually is a drawing of our oldest daughter, Taylor, and our brand new grandson, Axton. He is only 2 months old. So it was really interesting because in the book, I had the idea as I was writing it that it was going to be a story that was kind of being told to a baby. And at the time, we didn't know we were going to have a new baby come in. So we were really blessed that Axton joined us. And so now we were a family with just 2 girls, and we had an older godson. And now we have a grandson and a son-in-law. And so they're all, the book is dedicated to all of them. We call them our starfish makers because the book follows the path of a shooting star and what happens to the magic that we create when we wish on it. So it's been a really awesome thing to see this book kind of come to life and our family kind of grow in that same year. So if we would be so honored if your listeners would take the time to go to Amazon and order it. It's a great Christmas present. It's a great birthday present. We have a lot of people down here are doing like books instead of cards for baby showers. So we think that it's going to be a perfect addition to that kind of market too.
And earlier, Abbie, we talked about the fact that part of the proceeds will go to support Lightwork 316, and I want to make sure that you're able to share that information with people so that they can be a part of that effort as well.
Yeah, a portion of every sale of the book goes back towards Lightwork 316. And then also, we always welcome donations to Lightwork 316 throughout the year. We always have a need. There's always families that need help or that kind of need some encouragement or some fun things to do while they're in the middle of fighting. And we have www.momsofnb/Lightwork316. You can go there and you can make a donation there. It can be a one-time donation, or you can also make that donation as a monthly payment.
All right, Abbie, founder of Lightwork 316, Moms of New Braunfels, Wiggles' mom.
Yeah, and now I've gotten upgraded to a mama, which I love it. So,
Author. You've got so many titles now.
Yeah, we've got plenty of titles going. That's for sure. That's a good place to be, though, isn't it? I think I've definitely been blessed. No question about it.
Well, I want people to check out your book, More Than All the Stars That Glow. And Abbie, it's always a pleasure to have you here on the Mark White Show.
Mark, it's always great to talk to you and catch up, and we will get one of those books shipped to Cora this week for sure.
Sounds great. You take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you. It's been great talking to you.
All right, Abbie. Thank you. Folks, here on the Mark White Show, we're recognizing difference makers like Abbie Maberry and her book, More Than All the Stars That Glow. I hope you'll check that out. If this show is making a difference in your life, please share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and let them know about the Mark White Show. Of course, you can follow the Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Blueberry, YouTube, and TuneIn Radio. You have been listening to another edition of The Mark White Show, and this is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
Located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame honors Alabama's music achievers. You can even go into the recording studio and try out your talents as a singer. That's the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, located at 617 Highway 72 West in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 256-381-4417. Check them out on the web at alamhof.org. Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good today.